Believe it or not, it's hoop season. The first edition of the Tiger Basketball Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Markets Ice Cream Plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl, chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. You come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, Tiger fans, to our first edition of this year's Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with head coach Pat Skerry. And Coach, I know you're ready to go. Your players are ready to go. You've had a couple of exhibitions. You had one here at Bucknell against Bucknell that everyone saw, and the Tigers performed well. Tell us, first of all, how practice has gone for you since you started last month.
Yeah, I think we're getting better. I think that's what it's about. Can you get better every day? It's a long preseason, especially for the players. For those that don't know, we can start 42 days before our first game, and we're allowed to use 30 of those days. So normally we don't go more than 3 days in a row, try to preserve their bodies. But it is a long preseason, so those scrimmages and then this year having the extra chance to play in an exhibition game, I think broke it up a little bit. And this is an older group that's also coming off a foreign trip this summer, so we had 10 practices in the summer and played 5 games up there. So we're trying to be a little bit wiser and smarter as far as listening to trainers, strength coaches, and get ready for what's a long, long grind. Don't forget, our season goes over both semesters academically, so it's one of the very few sports that happens.
Now, every preseason publication has Towson either second, third, and the one thing that everyone talks about is the depth of the Tigers. You lost William Adalamoto and John Davis, 2 key parts of last year's team. First off, a lot of Tiger fans, they ask me a lot, how is John Davis after that unfortunate drive-by shooting incident last year? How is he doing, and how has he progressed?
He's fine. He's back. And we'll certainly miss both those guys. They were warriors and tough, hard-nosed guys that were really good around the basket. I believe John is supposed to go over to Australia. Their season is just about to begin. So he's doing well. He's back healthy. And then William is over in Spain playing right now.
That's great. And John, it's got to be one of the best leaders you've had in the program since you've been here.
Yeah, you go to a war with guys like him every night. And we'll miss John. We miss having him every day.
All right, this year's team. You can go 10, 11, maybe even 12 deep with the roster that you have this year. How is that going to play to an advantage for the Tigers?
Well, you hope it's going to be an advantage. We plan on being deep, but it's also going to mean we've talked to a lot of our guys. Guys have to sacrifice and trust what we're doing, because I think the 9 guys that played a lot, especially the last half of the year, are back, and they've all improved, which I'm happy about. But it also, just because you improve doesn't mean you get more shots, more minutes. You've got to sacrifice for the good of the group. So that's going to kind of be the rallying cry. Now, with that said, our depth is something that really, really helped us last year when we got on a good roll, and it's something that we're going to need if we're going to get to where we want to get to.
Mike Morcell is the leading scorer coming back. Deshaun Moorman, all defensive player in the CAA last year. Both these guys preseason CAA selections. But in watching the Bucknell game, the biggest surprise was the sophomore from Calvert Hall, Justin Gorham. He had a monster game that day, 21 points, 10 rebounds, and just the transformation of his body from when he showed up on campus last year to now is incredible.
Yeah, not a huge surprise to us. We thought he was really talented when we recruited him out of high school. And, he had a difficult fall. His dad passed away last fall. He had lost a lot of weight, and been really happy with his maturity. It's been a slow but a consistent maturity that on and off the floor, and he's playing really well. He's up to 235. He was all the way down to 205 last year, but he played well late in the year and really was just stuck behind some guys in William and John, but he can post it, he can shoot it, he likes to rebound it. He's got a great competitive spirit. Really all our sophomores are expecting big things from Zane Martin's made a big jump. Was our leading scorer over the summer. He's been over 2-to-1 assist to turnover. He's a strong kid, and Dennis Tunstall had a great offseason for us too. All those sophomores are going to play a lot of minutes for us.
And then I know you're very happy that, as you call him, your Swiss Army knife is back in Eddie Keith. And Eddie's position has changed this year.
Yeah, he's one of our all-time favorite guys. He's done whatever we've asked him to do. He's played 4 positions on the floor for us. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's 6'5", 240 right now. He's moving better than he's ever moved. Our new strength coach, Mike Chapman's done a great job. And Eddie gives us a little bit more ball handling and shooting and skill at the 4 spot, which I think is helping our execution and our spacing, and we're not going to get stuck as much offensively, which is important for us, I think, as we move forward.
Season starts on Friday. You take on Old Dominion. Last year they came up here, won a ball game 60-58. They've got the Stith brothers back, who are both excellent ball players. Jeff Jones, his philosophy, much like yours, when these two teams meet in Norfolk on Friday night, I'm sure it's going to be, as you call it, a rock fight.
Well, they're really good, and it's a great opener. It's a tough opener against a team that's going to be picked top 2 or 3 in the Conference USA. They're clearly a postseason team. Jeff's a great coach. They defend, they rebound, they get good players. So it's something that's going to benefit us, I think, as we move throughout the season. Now, with that said, our guys are keenly aware that it was a war last year and we lost, but we have great respect for Old Dominion. We have to play well, but we're excited about the challenge.
So the Tigers will open up Friday at 7 o'clock against Old Dominion. I'll have the call for you on CBS Sports Radio 1300 starting at 6:45 with the pregame show, also on TowsonTigers.com. Next week, a busy week for the Tigers, too. The whole non-conference, a busy time. Coach Skerry is sending me all over the world this year. It's unbelievable. What are you doing to me?
We're just trying to keep you busy, Spiro. I think it's important that a guy at your age, that he doesn't get old too quickly, and we keep you young and expose you to the fountain of youth.
All right. So that will do it for our first edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. Tune in next week when Coach Skerry and I will be back with you again. So for head coach Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas, and as always, go Tigers.